Hello and welcome to Sounds of Silvestri. This is it, the very first episode, episode 0. Everybody's been asking for it. My name is Clarence. I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Grace.
Hey, Clarence.
Hey, how's it going?
It's good. I'm excited for this new journey we're about to start on.
Well, we were talking about what we wanted to do with this sort of intro episode, and I mentioned the idea of the 6 journalistic questions.
Mm-hmm.
Just as a way to give us some format, some structure here. So first of all, who are we? And perhaps more importantly, who is Mr. Alan Silvestri?
Well, I'd say that we are friends from the VHS Village community from 70mm. We met each other on Discord probably a year and a half ago. I don't know when you started.
Yeah, I think that's about right. I started, I think I joined October 2024. So that's...
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, about right.
Yeah. This is my 2nd year anniversary in the village, which is exciting. And we've met in person before. You are a lot taller than I thought you were going to be. I don't and we wanted to sort of team up to honor this composer that I think we both really enjoy, who makes great movies that maybe you haven't really heard or seen all the work that he's actually done. I feel like he's not necessarily underrated, but I feel like it's always a little bit of a surprise when it's one of his movies, one of Alan Silvestri's movies.
It's like that expression. I think people were using this for like Chapel Roan for a little while. It's like your favorite artist's favorite artist.
Exactly.
But I think Alan Silvestri is like your second favorite director's favorite composer.
Yes.
Or like, or like your favorite director's second favorite composer, whichever those speak more to you.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Yeah.
And you have some details on how he became a composer, because I think that sort of goes in with that point, right?
Basically, he kind of stumbled into it. I mean, he was born in 1950 in New York, grew up in New Jersey, always had sort of an interest in music, started playing the drums when he was 3 or 4. He was in band throughout his high school years, and then he went to the Berklee School of Music for a couple of years to learn the classical method. Dropped out, decided, no, I'm gonna hit the road. I'm gonna tour with my band. I was reading that they booked a record deal out in LA with this sort of shady individual. And the deal was essentially, okay, well, you sign this and this is going to be like a life contract with me, and your check is in the mail. Yeah, life.
These poor
like
kids.
Right. Like, yeah, they're basically, like just out of high school, 18, 19, and like, hey, that sounds pretty good.
It's our big break.
We're making it here. And this was the late 60s. So, the whole hippie thing may have played a part. Who knows? They may not have been thinking quite clearly. But so they sign the contract and the guy's like, well, the check's in the mail. They get the check. It bounces. So
Bad
they're like,
sign.
okay, well, we have no money. We're signed with this guy. That's not going to work. So they drive out to LA. They find the guy. They somehow convince him to let them out of the contract. And then they're basically stuck with no money in LA.
A cross-country move.
Right, like a cross-country, yeah. Like, coast to coast, expecting that this was going to be their big break. And then suddenly they're out of luck, don't even have like bus fare back. And so they just start doing little individual gigs, playing with other bands. And what got Silvestri his start as a composer was one of his buddies had done some lyric writing on other movies, and an indie film was looking for a composer, and they called up the buddy thinking that he was a composer. And so he's talking on the phone with them, and he puts him on hold, and he calls up Silvestri, and he's like, hey, I've got this movie producer on the phone. He wants a composer. I have no idea what I'm doing with that. Like, would you be interested? And that's what got him the job.
Sometimes it really is just who you know, especially back then.
Oh yeah, definitely back then. Yeah. So he's like, this wide-eyed 20-year-old kid who's only done bands. And the way that he tells it is basically he ran to the library, he checked out every book that they had on film composing, and just like hit the books, stayed up all night, and then got to work the next day. And then, like, the rest was history, essentially.
That's like honestly so inspiring that like he put the effort in, he learned on his feet, and it became this like crazy brilliant career.
I mean, this is kind of a stupid thing to say about somebody who works in the film industry, but he seems like just like genuinely down to earth.
Yeah, like grounded. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just like a kind of a normal guy, just like a working guy. I think of, you know how sometimes there's celebrities where you can really tell that like they're doing their own social media, like they don't have somebody who does it for them.
Yeah, and they're not necessarily media trained because everything feels pretty authentic. Yeah.
Right. Like I think of like Spike Lee as an example where all of his posts are in all caps and with like lots of emojis and typos. But like Silvestri, I was looking at his Instagram the other day, and first of all, he clearly could not get just his name for the username.
Really?
So it's Alan.Silvestri_music. And it
who's holding on to Alan Silvestri's name?
Right. Whoever has it, they're asking for like a huge sum of money. He's not willing.
Maybe it's a point of pride. He's like, I'm not going to pay. Like, people are going to find me either way.
And he specifically mentions that the account is run by himself and his wife, which I think is very cute. And then he's just got like pictures of the two of them and like their grandkids. He posted this picture last week or a couple weeks ago when it was Christmas, and I'm going to send it to you. It's a really goofy photo of him with a bathrobe on, and the caption is, "Thanks, Santa, just what I wanted." And it's him holding a Lego set for Avengers Endgame or something. And he's making this really like goofy face. Let me send it to you quick. Or like another one they had was a video of him playing the Avengers theme song, and the caption was "impressing my wife" or something like that, or like showing off for my wife. So he just, he just seems like a goofy, like a grandpa type of guy.
Yeah. I like how his profile picture is him conducting. I feel like that feels very like he's like, this is an artsy pic maybe.
Right. Like that goes back to like the working thing. Like he's 75 years old. He's still working. And he's done these really iconic scores. I mean, really, even after Back to the Future, if he wanted to, he probably could have hung it up and just like rested on his laurels. Like the residuals alone that he probably got from that movie. But, he decided to keep working, which I think that says a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's just a picture of him on his computer looking stressed out of his mind, and the caption is, "Believe it, I'm having fun."
Oh my God. The amount of work that he does in a year is crazy. Like, especially if you go back to like the 80s and 90s, he's doing like 7 movies a year.
Yeah, 85 alone. There's 4 films, 5 films. There's, the 80s is a crazy run. Almost every year he's busy. Yeah, he takes 81 and 82 off, and then 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89. Those are films, like multiple films in a year.
Yeah, just working.
Well, you mentioned he's still working, and I think, I guess sort of this is like a road to Avengers Doomsday, which we might not get to in time for that to come out. Or what's the second
probably
part
not.
Called? Is it just Avengers Doomsday Part 2?
Secret Wars.
Of course. My mistake. So sort of just want to honor him as like his next big hits are coming out. He's also done a lot of TV, which we didn't talk about. We probably will not cover TV on this feed. If by some chance we get a lot of listeners and we have a Patreon, maybe that would happen there. So if you really want to watch Chips, that's where you'll maybe go eventually. But I also think what we like about Alan is that he keeps persevering. Like, we're friends, Alan. He only has 2 Academy Award nominations for Forrest Gump and for The Polar Express. And I think, personally, I feel like he's been, what's the word I want? Snubbed a lot.
Yeah.
I think, like there's...
I was going to say robbed, but snubbed is probably a little more polite, yeah.
But yeah, I think he has a huge body of work that I would hope there had been more awards for what he's created, because I think a lot of it is long lasting and beautiful. What do you like about his music? Do you have anything in particular that you can think of at this moment?
I'm not a very musically literate person.
Great.
I would say, but I don't know. There's something about it where I feel like not being classically trained and kind of having to learn as he went and having like a jazz background, I like that he sort of adapts as he goes. He's
Yeah.
always willing to try to experiment. And we'll definitely be able to see that on this journey, you know, as he's learning from the first movie where he really did not know what he was doing from day to day, and then just, you know, learning from there.
Just so we can get a baseline, what is your musical past? Like, have you played in a band, an orchestra? Were you involved anything like that?
Yeah, so both of my older siblings are very musically gifted. They were both in marching band when I was growing up. So my sister played the clarinet, and then my brother played the drums, and then he can also play the guitar and the bass. I tried at various times to learn the guitar and other instruments, but it's one of those things where, like, if I'm not perfect at something immediately upon trying it, I'm like, well, this is not going to work. This is not going to work for me.
So you're an appreciator of music.
Yes, that's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah, I guess back to the Alan of it all. The pieces that I like most from him, I think, showcase how he's able to incorporate a little bit of magic in everything. I think he brings like sort of a delightful whimsy to some pieces, but then also like this sort of serious, intense, like almost like witchcraft tone to others.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think he really harnesses sort of like childlike wonder, but also, I don't know, I think he's really good at highlighting different emotions in a way that don't feel too over the top. Like, it's nothing is too saccharine when it's a sweet moment. Nothing is too frightening when it's a tense moment. But I think he balances it all out very, very well. And then I guess
I think that's right.
In terms of my musical background, I was in band as a kid. I've played saxophone since 5th grade and bassoon since junior year of high school. I've been a bit out of practice, back to like the not being perfect at it. I think I was pretty good, and then I, stopped. I did marching band in college, but I wasn't really playing, and so I think it's something I want to get back into, but I haven't. I think just pulling out a bassoon is sort of an annoying thing to do. It's a loud instrument, and I wouldn't sound good, right off the bat. But maybe that part of this journey will be me re-embracing the music that I've loved to play before. I talk about this on my other podcast, Big White Elephants, that I come from a pretty musical family. My grandpa has had a couple bluegrass bands. He builds banjos. My brother and I each have one. I have a mandolin. My brother is a really good percussionist. He was in a children's youth orchestra. We've been a decently musical household. That's how I grew up. Whether we're good or not is a whole, another story. But I mean, we like to sing and, have fun. And then I also Irish dance, which is a very musical sport. So there's always been a bit of musicality in how I live my life. And now I get to sort of talk about it, which is fun in a different lens.
Yeah, absolutely. I knew about the Irish dancing because I think you'd mentioned that in the village before, but I did not know about your whole family having sort of a musical background. That's very cool.
A little bit, yeah.
Well, good. I think that's me having sort of no knowledge and you being very musically gifted. I think that'll provide a
Very, he's doing a lot of heavy lifting there, but thanks. I'll take it.
Take the compliment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've covered the Who. What is the format of this show going to be? And with that, what is your top 4 in terms of Alan Silvestri movies?
Yeah. So we decided the best way to sort of go on this journey is chronological. I think it will really highlight how he grows as an artist, as well as sort of dole out some of our favorites. Do we want to go in, like, I do my 4th, you do your 4? Do you want to do that? Or do you want to... Yeah,
let's do that.
Okay.
Well, I bet I can guess your 4.
Okay, yeah, let's do this.
At least 3 of your 4.
I think you can definitely I think you can get all 4.
Okay. Do you have them in any sort of order, or is
I
it
do,
just...
but it doesn't matter.
Okay. In no particular order.
Yeah.
I'm going to say The Parent Trap.
Yeah, that's number 1.
Yeah, with a bullet. I'll say Practical Magic.
No.
Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, man, that's going to throw everything off. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Is that on there?
I've never seen that movie.
Okay. Ooh, that's going to be a good episode.
Yeah.
That'll be good. Okay, well, I'm not doing very well here. Okay, well let's call that off. So I got
you don't want to finish that out? You were doing so well.
No. Yeah, doing so well. I got one. Well, I got one of them right. I'll call that a win.
Should I try to guess yours then? We'll just keep it.
Sure.
Keep the goodwill going.
Sure.
Okay. Well, I think you already talked about it a little bit before off mic, so maybe I'll get two. I'm gonna say Back to the Future.
Yep.
Is that on there? I'm gonna say The Polar Express.
No.
Okay, I'll give it one more shot.
Okay.
Are you a fan of Castaway?
I haven't seen that movie in so long.
So it's not on there, is what I meant. So we both got one right.
Yeah, we both got one.
We know each other so well. Parent Trap is in my top 4, and that's why that is the very, very obvious pick. Growing up, I really loved that movie for its soundtrack, but if you're listening to the score, it's just so pretty and helps uplift all these little moments. Like the pardon my singing, like the theme, like da 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 da. Like I think that part's really fun. I also put Night at the Museum on there. That is one that I feel like has a good mix of intensity but also whimsy. My third one was The Avengers, like 2012. Okay. I would not have guessed that. I was a big Marvel kid growing up, so like that is a really fun one to me. And I think I feel like people are like, that theme isn't as resonant, but I think as more movies come out, it just becomes something you hear over and over again. And my wild card pick is Lilo and Stitch.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I could see that. I mean, a lot of these are like childhood classics, but they're not ones that I've returned to.
That's fair.
In recent years. So this will be, I mean, a lot of them we're not going to get to for quite some time, but I look forward to when we do. So you got my one.
Okay.
If I wanted to be annoying, I would say that 3 of my top 4 are the Back to the Future movies, and then pick a different one. That's what I wasn't
sure if you were gonna do.
Yeah, see, that's the chicken version. But instead, I'm gonna count the whole Back to the Future trilogy as one, because there are slight variations that he does. Yeah, like in the third one, he does kind of like a cowboy sort of thing, but it's still generally the same theme. So I'll count all of those as one. And then next, I would have to say Grumpy Old Men, because I've watched that movie probably more than any other one.
And I haven't seen it.
That's a classic.
Will that
classic
come up
in my
sooner
household.
Rather than later?
No, that's 93.
Oh,
so that'll be yeah, and I mean 93, and his career started in 72. So
we're gonna be here a while, guys.
Yeah, so you'll be waiting. It would be great if that lined up to be like around Christmas or New Year's, because that's around the time the movie takes place. But if it's in the middle of the summer, that's fine too. It's like Christmas in July or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say my number 3 is Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which I think just turned. Did that turn 40 recently? No.
Really? It's that old?
30? No, 35. It'll turn 40 in a couple of years. That one's a lot of fun because, it combines, he does sort of like a neo-noir for the human type scenes.
Like the live action ones.
Right, the live action. And then when you switch to like Toontown, he just completely swaps it out. So it's like classic, like Looney Tunes style.
Is that where Toontown's from?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
yeah, I think
learning something new today.
Parts of that movie really scared me when I watched it as a kid. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's a good teaser for another movie that we won't get to.
For
And then, my number 4, like you, this was kind of a wild card. I wasn't sure. There's a ton of possible picks. I was going back and forth. I was like, maybe The Avengers, but then maybe Death Becomes Her. Maybe
that's a good one.
Yeah, but I settled on Night at the Museum as well.
Yeah, right. It's so good.
Yeah. I really loved that movie when I was growing up. Robin Williams, his performance as the wax figure of Teddy Roosevelt is so good.
It is really good, honestly. It's such a good performance. And I think I really like in that. I think Alan Silvestri does a lot of like great big brass like swells in the music. And I think the Night Museum has like a really, I would say, iconic one. Maybe it's not iconic to other people, but I think it's a really good showing of like what I expect from him when it comes to brass instruments.
I think we both picked some really good movies for our top 4. I don't think either of us picked anything prior to 1985, so that's interesting.
Wow, yeah.
And I think Silvestri would probably like it that way, because I was looking at his website and he's got his full filmography, but it's not exactly full because the first movie the first movie of his that he lists is Romancing the Stone. And he did a bunch of stuff before that, so
yeah.
So we're unearthing his early stuff.
You're
that
sort of putting him on blast in a way that he probably does not appreciate. Sorry, sir.
Yeah, sorry, sir. Yeah, sorry, Al. Taking out all this stuff that maybe he's not as proud of, but it's part of his part of his career.
We've got to honor the history, right? Yeah,
that's it. That's exactly right. So, like you said, we are doing this chronologically. We decided that was the best way to do it because I think otherwise, if we had tried to do it randomly or if we tried to just do the favorites first, I think we would get burnt out so quickly.
Yeah, there needs to be things to look forward to.
Right.
When I put it that way, that sounds bad.
Yeah. You realize why he doesn't list the early ones.
Yeah.
But no, I think when you do it this way, like you get it's a good like rise and fall because, he was, because of the certain years where he was so busy, when you're working on so many films at once, it just stands to reason that not all of them are going to be like classic, iconic hits. Exactly. So you go from like, I don't want to call it a specific example and like dog on anything in particular, but you get something like Back to the Future. And then while they're doing post-production on that, maybe he's working on like some B movie or something, just to like get the bills paid while he's waiting.
I think it's also important to mention that we probably will do films that he has done themes for earlier versions. So for example, Lilo and Stitch, he did the first one and then some of his themes were used in the second one and the other sequels. So we might just do all of them because it's part of his whole body of work.
And then we also discussed, there were a couple movies where he had done a first run through of the score and then it was rejected. And I think we had gone back and forth on whether we would cover those as well.
Yeah, I think it could be an interesting look. And maybe at that point in time, we'll be able to find some remnant of what his score might have been. And then it would also give us a chance to sort of evaluate another composer in the moment.
Right,
it could be interesting. And just for like consistency's sake, our list is an amalgamation of both the Letterboxd list and the Wikipedia list. There's a couple that sort of either we're not on the Wikipedia or not in the it's just so we put them all together. So it's this one big list. Important to note that we're also going to be releasing bi-weekly.
Yes.
We're both busy
so
folks.
That's why when we say that we won't get to it for 3 years, that's why. Because at this moment, I think our list is at 128 credits. So, you do the math on that bi-weekly, that's almost 5 years. And that's,
God.
I don't know if you remember what you were doing 5 years ago, but, it's a long time. And that's if he retires like right
now,
after his final 2 credits. Yeah. Like, I mean, we mentioned the guy is 75. He could do like John Williams and keep working for another 20 years doing, 3 or 4 movies a year. So it's going to take some time.
Yeah. So give us some grace with this. We want to make sure that we're giving you guys the best content and not just burning ourselves out super quickly. All
right. So we've covered 3 of the 6. We've covered who, what, when. Where can people listen to this and where can they find us if they want more information, if they want to read our reviews, interact with the show?
Yeah, well, you can find personally us on Letterboxd. I'm at Grace _ Clarence. What are you at? Are you at your full name?
CK_LB.
Great. We also have a Gmail account that you can reach us at soundsofsilvestri@gmail.com. There will be an Instagram with that same name. And then this should be on all of your podcatchers. We will release on Tuesdays, bi-weekly. So catch us there.
And if you're going to join us on this journey and you're on Letterboxd, we already gave our account names, and you can tag your reviews with Sounds of Silvestri, and maybe we'll read a review on the show, unless you're being really mean, and then I'm not going to read it.
No mean comments here. If you're funny and mean, well, maybe
that balances it out. I think that's okay then. If you can listen, you can be mean to us, but do not be mean to Alan Silvestri.
Correct. Okay?
He's a nice old man running his Instagram account and making wine with his wife.
what more do you want?
Right? That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
The guy's got it made. I mean, So we will be back next Tuesday with our very first episode. We're starting from the start. How else could we do it? And we will be starting with the Doberman Gang from 1972. Grace, do you know anything about this movie?
I know that it's directed by Byron Chudnow, and that's it. Because you've seen it, right? You watched it?
I watched it. Yeah, I watched it a month or two ago when we first started talking about doing this show. I watched it just to kind of get an idea of what we were in for, and it is available on YouTube, either to rent or for free. I paid for the rental because the free version was pretty poor quality and it had large Portuguese subtitles on the bottom, which I found distracting. But yes, you can find it on YouTube. It is the story of a gang of Doberman pinschers that are trained to rob a bank.
Which you never could have guessed from the title.
No, yeah. The Doberman Gang. Yeah. No, it's not a gang who named themselves after the dogs. It is literally.
That'd be pretty sick, though.
That would be sick. There's got to be a real life gang out there that took that name, and they've got the personalized jackets with a dog on the back and stuff.
Wait, can we get Doberman Gang jackets?
Yeah, that'll be our outfits for the next 70 millimeter meetup. Yeah, we'll come in with leather jackets.
Perfect. What more do you want?
That's it. All right. Well, we will see you in 2 weeks for the first episode.
Yeah. See ya.